Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Before we jump in, be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell for notifications so you never miss a future video. And let me know in the comments, what's one thing that you wish more people understood about the aromantic experience? Also, time for one last push. My book, Limitless, Poetry of an Aromantic and Asexual Journey, officially releases on February 18th. That's just 3 days from when I'm dropping this video. If you haven't pre-ordered it yet, now is the time. And also, I'm doing a very special event on February 18th. I'll be joining Lynn Saga's YouTube channel to do a huge book launch event with Sophie A. Katz, the author of Enigma and other aromantic asexual love poems. We'll both be talking about our books, answering questions, and celebrating the launch together. So make sure to mark your calendars and I'll see you there. All right, now into today's topic. As you may already know, I was recently featured in a Metro UK article about being aromantic on Valentine's Day. If you haven't seen it yet, the link's in the description. The article was meant to highlight how aromantic people experience love in different ways, how our lives are full of love, just not always the way the society expects it to be. It was great to be a part of this, and I really appreciate Metro UK for including different perspectives. But then I made the mistake that a lot of people end up making on any kind of post that they make. I looked at the comments. If you've ever been online, you probably already know what happened. Instead of taking in the article and learning from it, people immediately jumped straight into invalidation mode. And in a lot of cases, literally went against what the article said itself. This just goes to show just how crucial education actually is. And it, in a weird way, proves the point of the article itself. Now, the week after Valentine's Day is Aromantic Spectrum Awareness Week, which this year runs from February 16th through the 22nd. So I want to take this as an opportunity to take on some of these comments head on and provide some much needed facts to counter all of this misinformation that was spread there. Now, I'm not going to show usernames or post the comment in full or call out specific people because this isn't about attacking individuals. It's about addressing the misconceptions behind their words. Instead, I'll briefly summarize the main point of their comment and then address the misconception behind it. Comment number 1 said, aromanticism is just attention-seeking behavior. This is one of the most common accusations thrown at any marginalized group. You're just looking for attention. But let's really think about this for a second. Do people really choose to face confusion for most of their lives, dismissal, and even hostility just for attention? Sometimes even from the people who always meant a great deal to them in the past? No. Aromanticism isn't about trying to be special or getting recognition. It's a romantic orientation. Just like how being straight, gay, or bisexual describes how someone experiences attraction. Aromanticism does the same thing for those of us who experience little to no romantic attraction. Also, if anything, many aromantic people spend a lot of their lives feeling invisible because society is so centered around romance. So, if anything, we're not looking for attention. We're just looking for understanding and a place to sit down. Comment number 2 said, aromantic people just have commitment issues and are bad partners. As someone who has had a number of romantic relationships, some that actually lasted pretty long, this is a very frustrating and completely inaccurate accusation. Romantic attraction and commitment are not the same thing. Aromantic people can be deeply committed in friendships, in queer platonic relationships, and in many types of partnerships, even romantic ones. Just because someone doesn't experience romantic attraction to the full capacity that most do, doesn't mean they're incapable of experiencing deep and meaningful bonds. This was literally said in the article too, mind you. And also, many aromantic folks are often very honest and upfront about their boundaries and expectations, which is a lot more than I can say for a lot of people in relationships built on unhealthy communication. Comment number 3 said, for people so against labels, they sure do love giving themselves new ones. This one is really ironic because aromantic people are actually very open to using labels. We literally created language to describe our experiences, ones that have, by the way, existed forever. My channel itself actually has so many videos discussing labels and what they mean. Language is such an important part of this community. The issue isn't with labels themselves, it's with being forced into labels that don't fit us. It's other people telling us who we are. No one knows your experience like you, and what I've said many times over still rings true here. No one else can tell you who you are, and no one else can assign a label to you. That is your journey. Now, for a long time, society acted as if romantic attraction was universal. And if you weren't experiencing it, you were just thought of as broken, or that you just hadn't found the right person yet. Or maybe that you didn't understand, or that you were too young. The term aromantic gives us a word for our experience, an experience that is valid and real, and gives us the moment to say, hey, this is a real experience and a part of human existence. It's always been here, and it'll always be here. As I so often say, labels are tools for your own articulation and understanding of your experience. They are not tests, and they are not diagnoses. So if labels help people understand themselves and their place in this world, no one can stop them from using the ones that fit their experience. Comment number 4 said, "Here's the world's smallest violin playing just for you." Hey, I like violin. Lindsey Stirling is fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Yellowcard, but this isn't that. This is one of those classic dismissive responses. The idea that talking about aromanticism is somehow just us looking for sympathy or pity. But here's the reality. We're not asking for anyone's sympathy. We're asking for understanding, because talking about these experiences creates awareness, helps people to understand themselves, and fosters acceptance. Aromantic people aren't saying, feel bad for us. We're saying, hey, our experience is different from the norm, and we'd like it if it were acknowledged and respected. The irony here is that society is already full of sympathy for romantic struggles. Heartbreak, divorce, unrequited love. There are thousands of songs, books, and movies dedicated to these experiences. But the second that aromantic people say, hey, actually, this whole romance-centered world doesn't fit everyone, suddenly it's like, oh, stop whining. If anything, this reaction just proves how much people take romance for granted. So no, we don't want your pity. But we do deserve to exist without being mocked. And comment number 5. Why create a name for the tiniest minority? This is another common argument. Why do we need a label for such a small group of people? Well, let's put some numbers to it. Studies suggest that 1% of the population is aromantic. That might sound small, but 1% of the world's population is about 80 million people. Are we really going to say that 80 million people don't deserve language to describe their experience? That they don't deserve recognition? That they don't get to be seen or heard, or their experiences matter? At 80 million people, that's large enough to be the 20th most populated country on this planet. That's more than the total population of the United Kingdom, of France, Italy, South Africa, Australia, just to name a few. Michael Jackson's Thriller album, the #1 all-time selling musical album, was reported to have sold 70 million copies. That's still 10 million less, just to put it in some perspective. So the bottom line is this. Just because a group is small doesn't mean it doesn't matter. It's still people, and people deserve respect. So what do we take from all this? Aromanticism is not an attention-seeking trend. It has nothing to do with commitment issues or being a bad partner. Labels help us understand ourselves, not limit us. Asking for representation isn't seeking pity, it's about visibility. And even if a group is small, it still matters, because it's still people and they deserve respect. As Aromantic Spectrum Awareness Week kicks off from February 16th through the 22nd, I encourage you to learn more, have conversations, and help spread awareness. Also, don't forget, pre-order Limitless, Poetry of an Aromantic and Asexual Journey. Join me on February 18th over on Lynn Saga's YouTube channel for my book launch event, where we'll also have Sophie A. Katz. If you're in the area, swing by Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and go to Word Haven Bookhouse on February 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for my book signing and Aromantic Spectrum Awareness Week meetup. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments what you still want people to know about being aromantic. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.